it's Sweety Pie and welcome back again. We're doing an exciting video. I got this idea from Angelica Nyquist. This is the, she literally went through all the eyeshadow palettes she bought in the calendar year, which was 2020, and it was so awesome. I loved seeing what she bought all through the year, and although I do not have them in order by any means, I think that this is going to be cool and this is going to be an interesting video. So if you would like to see the eyeshadow palettes I bought in 2020, which was a crap ton, I hope I am right. I had to take a few out because I was like, Melissa, that you did not buy that in 2020. I'm hoping I have it right now. Let's see. Roast me in the comments if I don't. Anyway, I hope you guys subscribe if you guys like this video, and yeah, let's get into this video. Guys, let's dive into these palettes. There is a lot of them. Let me pull you guys forward a little bit so you guys can get like a better view of the palettes. There we are. I'm having like some weirdness with my battery with my camera today. I plugged it in. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's okay. All right, literally in no order at all. There is no order here. There's just palettes. That's all. Okay. So, car, go away. Ugh. The first one I have here, and weirdly enough, I should have had the other one. Okay. One, just have patience. So 2020 was the year of the Too Faced palettes that I bought from Winners. I'm not sure if they released. I'm pretty sure they did release maybe in 2020, but regardless, I literally fell in love with the formula in these palettes. This is the Razzle Dazzle Berry eyeshadow palette. And the one right here, this is like a super shock shadow. Like, I wore it, let's see, a couple days ago, and it is so freaking pretty. It goes for days. It's like a super shock shadow, and I've never really seen that formula in a ColourPop shadow, or in a Too Faced shadow before, and I was like, oh my god, that is not going to be good. I was like, oh my god, this is so pretty. So of course I bought the other one. This is the Sparkling Pineapple eyeshadow palette, and the one that's in this palette is actually this one on the corner, and it's nice, but it's just not quite as nice as the other one. Same formula. I don't know. That's really pretty though. See, that's why I bought it, and I am actually wearing this one today. I am wearing the gold. I am wearing this peachy kind of sparkly shade in here. I don't know what I was doing with my eye look today. I just wasn't up for like cut creases. So yeah, I bought those two in 2020. Another thing that I bought was the Mario palettes, and I wonder if the other one is stuck in there somewhere, but I did buy one of the actual eyeshadow palettes as well, and of course I'm scrambling to see if I have it lying around here, and I don't. Sorry about your luck. It's probably in this big pile of palettes. Okay. This is like so sad to me, to be perfectly honest. You know, I don't know if we're ever gonna see like the beauty of I have her blending sponge as well. And yes, one of mine did come broken and I use it all the time still. I essentially just wanted another one. Like, it's a beautiful product. It's a great product. It works great. And I'm sad about this because like this is nice quality. I really love Tati. And, you know, just like using this even just is so sad. Anyway, Zodiac Palette by BH Cosmetics. This was another Winners find. And this is a good palette. Like, honestly, BH Cosmetics makes some beautiful shimmers. And this is a super, like, kind of popular palette, I think. Although, I don't understand that. Like, honestly, because, like, purples and then like browns. Well, no, I guess they have the green in there too. I guess there is. A lot of the time I always want to reach for other mattes when I go into this palette because like the shimmers are insane. But like the mattes really, in reality, I feel like all you can do is make like a warm look or a purple look. But yeah, either way, nice palette, good quality, BH Cosmetics ruling right now. Now, something that I thought that I bought in 2020, but I don't think I bought a lot of these in 2020. The multi-chromes. Now there is a myriad, I'm just going to hold these. There's a myriad of multi-chromes in here. I have ones from Divina Cosmetics, Cleona Cosmetics, and I have some from Dawn Eyes, the like pigments. I have yet to do a video on these. I don't know why. They're so amazing. Like honestly, if you're looking for the most interesting shadows ever, like I want to get some more from Cleona so badly, but I just don't really have the money right now to purchase some single shadows that I probably like won't be doing like full videos on. I don't know. I feel weird about it. Anyway, let's continue because there's so many more and I'm like, you're going to be forever here. This is going to be in my yearly favorites, which just to let everybody know will probably be like either really close to the end of the year or like a couple days after the new year because my schedule is like really crazy with work right now. But these are amazing. These were like some of the best eyeshadows I think I've used that were so cheap and were so unexpected. Rude Cosmetics, I actually got these at my showcase. It's a store, it's like an as seen on TV store. I used to get a ton of different like online makeup brands there. They even sold Morphe for a bit. Tons of Crown Brushes stuff, the Danielle Bergoli brand, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, this is the Rude Cosmetics, the Roaring 20s. This is so pretty. Like, honestly, I haven't been so happy about an eyeshadow palette in so long. And this one, as well as this one. This one's the Reckless version. Tell me you don't love that. Like, tell me you don't love that color story. I've been playing with them this week a little bit because I like just reminding myself and like... These are some good quality palettes. They're smooth, they're pretty. I always use a primer anyway, so I don't really know what eyeshadows are really like without a primer. I don't know, I always use primer. But regardless, those are actually going to be in the best of the year for sure because they just made me really excited and happy to use them. The color story was gorgeous. Like, oh, I was very surprised that that brand came out with those palettes and they were so good. The shimmers were really beautiful. I was in love. Anyway, Physicians Formula. This is the Rose All Day. I did a like video where I compared a bunch of palettes to the Huda Beauty New Nudes palette. This was one of them. And it's a pretty good palette. It's an all right palette. I haven't really used it all that much since then, but it's an okay quality palette if you were going to get it or wanted it. Also, the Bretman Maroc X Wet n Wild. Very, very pretty. So cute. The shimmers in here are really nice. I remember that. Ooh, yes, they are really nice. I'm going to wipe them on my shorts, even though I shouldn't. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say. I didn't use this palette a ton after the fact, but now looking at these reds, I want to use it again. So, you know, that's what happens when you buy products to review on your YouTube channel. Sometimes, especially when it's like a high flux like eyeshadows, you tend to be like, oh shoot, I remember buying that. Oh my god. Okay, I did buy a few Juvia's Place palettes. Ooh, okay, I don't want to like spill this all over the place. I did buy a few Juvia's Place palettes that weren't new like releases, but just like were ones that I wanted. I remember this is, I think when the Nomad palette released, I got this one. This is such a pretty color story. I want to use this some more. I made the most beautiful look with this yellow shade. I don't think... No, this one doesn't have names on it, which always throws me off because, like, some Zulu palettes have names on them and some of them don't. That always drives me crazy. Anyway, I've got the Nomad palette, and I got that one this year. I also got the Festival palette this year. Haven't used that one as much. Gosh, I've always wanted to depot my Juvia's Place palettes, but the pans are so big. I also got the Afrique palette this year as well. And of course, I think I bought those ones in a bundle. And then, was it the Saharan? No, I don't think it was. No, I think I just... Why is this one in here? Regardless, let's put that one away. I'm making like a tower pyramid. A tower pyramid over here, and I'm scared. Okay, don't move that anymore. NYX. Okay, this was another sale from Shoppers. You know what? The eyeshadows work pretty well. I liked this shade in the corner here because it was like this like topper that you could pretty much put over top of anything, and the shimmer was so fine and pretty, so I did enjoy that. And ooh, this orange one, it was so pretty as well. So nice palette, a lot of mattes and a lot of repetitive brown shades, just to be aware. Okay, we've got another pile of palettes. Let's just put this off to the side. So I did do some Dominique Cosmetics shopping on it was Black Friday. And I purchased the Berries palette and the Rustic Glam palette. And they look like this. I think they're still on sale. This one is so pretty. I really, really enjoyed the purple shades, and this dark blue is really true to color as well. I made a look with that I was really, really proud of. And then the Rustic Glam I have barely touched. I know what the hell is wrong with me. I have no idea, but I want to use these blues so badly too. I did a look just using like these brown shades at the bottom, but I have not been inspired to do colorful looks lately, and I've just been a slump for some reason. I gotta get out of the slump. All right. Ooh, this was more recently. So Robbie DeKirsty, of course, she had her baby and everybody's like, oh my God, I'm just so excited for her as well. But she did come out with a palette and a whole bunch of other stuff. I literally only got the palette. I was trying to get the eyeliners, couldn't get them. They sold out like literally in a second. So I got the At Forest Sight eyeshadow palette. Oh, I'm so proud of her. I wish she had put more shimmers in this palette though. Lovely. The mattes look so beautiful, and I did a look with these greens. Like, they're so rich and colorful. Like, she did a good job. Look at how pretty that is. And then the orangey tones, like, I really need to do a look with like this one. They did Pantone's color of the year is like a gray and a yellow. This yellow would be so cool. Anyway, beautiful palette. You can do a lot with this palette. I have not used Let It Rain. It's like this shimmery pinky like black. Oh, I need to use this palette some more. Look at my fingers. Anyway, got this one this year. So proud of her, and I love her. I've been subscribed to her for ages and ages now. Oh, another collaboration. I didn't actually get this collaboration when it first came out, but I was in Winners and I saw it and I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick this up. This is the BH Cosmetics and Sylvia Gani. These shades are really smooth and they make for a very pretty look. They're not overly pigmented though. Like, I think this is like BH Cosmetics before they really amped up their formula. So I think that the, what were we talking about before? The Zodiac palette, I think that is like, it's even better than this one because they were just like, they were amping up their formula. They were improving it. They were making it better, making it the way people wanted it to be. All right, e.l.f. palette. This is the Earth and Oceans. They were coming out with a lot of palettes this year. This is a pretty palette. Now, there are some shades in here that I think you may have some issues with. Tundra and Lagoon. Like, do you see how textured they are? You see the texture? Now, with a setting spray or some water, like, they can be really pretty, but you know, not my favorite texture for like quick on the go looks, that's for sure. The other colors, like the mattes in here, are really pretty. Oh, this green spruced up is so pretty. And like they work really nicely. I like the palette. e.l.f. is like a kind of weird brand for eyeshadows. I feel like their palettes always have like duds in them. Oh, does that sound bad? I'm so sorry. Ooh, a palette that I'm just like, wow. I need to use this some more too. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity palette. This is the only Pat McGrath palette I think I own. Yeah, this is the only Pat McGrath palette. I actually snipped off these little edges because it drove me insane. But this, 2 of their Star Wars palette quads, and then there are 6 new shades, and clearly I never owned any of them, so this is all new to me. I did a whole review on a lot of these palettes, like I think quite a few of them. Maybe not all of them, I know that, but there are quite a few that I did like full reviews on, including this one. I don't know if it's worth $110, to be perfectly honest. Eyeshadows, it's a hard game, honestly. Eyeshadows are hard because like some brands are doing eyeshadows so well. There are special eyeshadows in there though. Sorry about that. As I was saying, there are special eyeshadows in there. I'm just going to grab it again. Oh my gosh, that looks so funny. I'm like grabbing down. There are some special eyeshadows in here, like this one here, which is a multi-chrome. Like, oh gosh, it is like a multi-chrome. And then they like, there's a few multi-chromes in here that you would never get from a like somewhere like e.l.f. For, you know, a low price either. So I don't, you know, I'm not saying that they're not worth the money. So let's continue. I'm not saying that those Pat McGrath shadows aren't special. Some of those shadows are really, really beautiful. But like, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth $110. It's a lot. Okay, a palette that I probably will end up giving away, honestly. This is the Revolution Chilled with Cannabis Sativa palette. It's cute. It had little pot leaves in the embossment, but like, I don't know. The glitters are okay. They're just all right. I don't know. It's okay. The palette, it's okay. It's just okay. That's it. It's just okay. It's not awesome. It's just all right. Another, I don't think I'm going to buy any more Makeup Revolution, to be perfectly honest. Makeup Revolution, Tammy X Makeup Revolution. Oh, I can barely get into this palette. It's just okay. It's just all right. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's not super bad quality, but it's not amazing quality either. Like, oh, this one's so pretty here. Like the side one. Oh. But it's just like, it's not amazing quality. It's not bad quality. I could use it if I had to. It's just the mattes are kind of thin. Sometimes I don't feel like you can build them up even when you try to, because they're like, you know, you're trying to build powder on top of powder. So if you don't have like a super white base, I don't think you're going to have great luck with it. But regardless, I don't want to knock someone's collaboration. That feels so dirty and gross to me. Another new one, Beetlejuice, The Waiting Room. This one, and I have my, you guys have probably already seen my review. These are so cool. Oh my gosh, the whole design is so cool. Like, and the price is intense. Like, the price really is intense, but they're so cool looking. And like, I will tell you right now, these purples are the best purples I've used, I think. They blended so beautifully. They're so true to color. I was so like, oh my gosh, like these are beautiful. So that is one thing to say about Melt. And I've been going through their palettes and using some of their eyeshadows, and like they really have a beautiful formula. Their formula is great. Anyway, let's go through some small palettes because I seem to have a bunch of them right here, and I can see that a bunch of them they were like winner's finds. So get ready for that. Lots of winner's finds. This was not a winner's find. This is the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. Still a really pretty palette. I always take the brushes out because it always drives me crazy. This one, Bloodstone. It's like, see, you can see it. It's kind of, duochromed in a way, like, oh, so pretty. But yes, these are so pretty, and literally, if you've seen my review, you know the girl at Sephora sold me on this so quick. I was like, oh my gosh, girl, you are good at your job. Like, you need a raise. Ugh. Okay, a winner's find. Oh, I just wiped pigment all over the top of this. This is the Becca, ooh, this is last year's Pearl Glow Shimmering Eye. You know what? Honestly, I know that a lot of people didn't like this palette, but these two shades are so freaking pretty. These are two duochrome shades at the top. Let's see if I can swatch these. I feel like I'm not going to be able to. The pink one is more of a glitter, and then there's this blue duochrome. I think they're so pretty, and I'm like, oh my gosh, every time I get into this palette, like, that's the first thing I go to. And you could take this black and then put that over top. Like, some of these taupey shades are just like, whatever. Like, you could throw a look together, but those two top shades are so, so, so pretty. So I don't really regret getting it, honestly. I don't know. It's just such a, whatever. All right, Artist Couture Caliente palette. I got this, meant to do a review, don't think I did. And this is a pretty palette. Honestly, Artist Couture's eyeshadows are a little more on the dry side, but like, ooh, that was really, really pigmented. Like, look how pretty that looks on my finger. I remember that shade being really nice. I gotta use these again. Ooh, this one, Fuego, is so scratchy. Not very pigmented. That's probably the one I was talking about then. Couture is really nice. Anyway, it's just like a fiery palette. You can do lots of like really warm, orangey, purpley, kind of running on the berry side as well, actually, because there are a couple berries in that palette. Okay, oh my gosh. Wow, I hate to show you how many palettes are actually left, to be honest. There's quite a few. Okay, these are literally recent purchases. I'm not going to even swatch these because I haven't taken pictures of them or anything, but they are new from Revlon. They had like 6 different ones, and I'm so excited. I wanted to use these so badly. This is the Revlon So Fierce, and the eyeshadows looked so cool in the pan. Like, don't they look cool as heck? I was so excited. So I did actually buy 2 of them. I bought the Clap Back and the Big Bang. So yeah, I'm excited to use those, but I figured I'd throw those in because they are new to my collection this year. Also, this was the first reason why I bought the Pat McGrath in the first place, was this little tiny Pat McGrath palette. And actually, in the Pat McGrath palette there is this shade, Gold Standard. Okay, and it's beautiful. Like, it's the most beautiful gold shadow you could probably have. It's a standard gold. And then they have this blue. Like, get a grip. I could see people really actually falling in love with Pat McGrath's formula from these little palettes. I'm kind of happy I bought it. I like it a lot, so I don't know. I feel weird because they were so cheaply made. Like, this is not, like, I should pop this out and just put it in my ColourPop because it's like literally those pan sizes. Anyway, back to more eyeshadow palettes. Everything is like kind of beeping and stuff, and I'm wondering why because I haven't been that long. Anyway, another winner's find. This is the Milani Vital Bright Everyday Eyes. I want to do an eye look with this. The one that's on the back looks so cool, but I haven't done anything with it yet. I know Tati used to love these, and I'd like to see what she thinks of this one right here because there's only like 3 mattes in it, and I'd like to see what she actually would do with this palette because it's in one of her favorite formats. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've talked about Tati twice now. I sound like a psychopath. Okay, another winner's find. These are actually pretty good. These, I would say, are actually probably better than the Makeup Revolution ones. This is the Profusion Spectrum palette. And these are actually pretty good. They're not as thin as the Makeup Revolution ones. They have a thicker, like, white base to them that makes it so much easier to get that high pigment. And I'm not unhappy like having this. It just shows, like, you know, Profusion, Makeup Revolution, they're so, like, they're so close in price range, but their formulas just aren't quite the same. Anyway, also picked up from Winners, the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. So many people raved about this palette that I had to get this palette. I had to. So I picked it up, and when I saw it at Winners, I was like, you know what, we're picking this up now. You know, as long as it's not broken, it's mine. So I picked it up, and these shade, like, some of these are like, get a grip. Get a freaking grip. That's so pretty. So I'm happy to have this. I am not getting rid of it. I can see why people love this. The shimmers are beautiful. Beautiful. If you love shimmers, you'd love this. Okay, first Quo palette. I actually got this as a present for my birthday. This is the Quo Beauty All Is Bright eyeshadow palette. I think it is part of their winter lineup. The eyeshadows weren't that bad. Like the shimmers, like this one, Heaven. Ooh, this one, Heaven, is so pretty. And I used Fresh Mint in a look. It wasn't bad either. So I'd like to maybe try some more of their eyeshadows, see what they're like, you know, peruse a little. Okay, I promise there's not quite so many left. And I'm gonna go through them quickly. Okay, another Winners find, my very first Marc Jacobs palette. This one is from their holiday last year. This is the Stiletto palette. These eyeshadows are really nice. They're buttery and pigmented, and the shimmer was really pretty. I can't say bad things about that palette. It's really nice. I'd like to try some more of their formula. Huda Beauty Khaki palette, really nice as well. I did a whole review on this. I love her shimmers. Her shimmers are like out of this world beautiful. She makes some of the best formulas. Speaking of which, Naughty palette, also really like this palette. Although it is like your basic nudes palette, it's so pretty and has some like really weird textures, like that like coronavirus shade. And it's not too bad on the face. Like, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. I see where she was going with the whole thing. Like, I don't know. I like her. I like Huda Beauty, and I like her palettes. They're always interesting and fun, and that's what I like. Ooh, a palette I did not like, which is definitely going to be on the worst palettes list. This is from Pacifica. This is their hemp-infused eyeshadow palettes. There's like one shade in this entire palette that I actually liked, and it was Cosmic. And you literally like... Oh, okay. Just had to figure out what I was doing because my camera has been all over the place today, and it was like, no, B, you're out of batteries. You're out of batteries, and it's saying it again. Let's see if I can plug it in. Just... Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Worst eyeshadow palette. Did not try anything that was quite this bad this year, honestly. I don't like this. I don't like the formula. I don't like the mattes. I don't like the layout. Everything was just off. So yeah, I'm not really into this palette. So I'll probably end up giving it away or something like that. But, you know, you win some and you lose some. More palettes. Another palette that I want to like do way more digging into is the Melt Smoke Session palette. Or no, the 420 palette. A lot of people didn't like this, and I was like, what? I really liked this. When I did my review, I was really genuine. I love this formula, and I really love the mattes in this formula. Really nice. I don't know. Gotta do some more digging. Okay, we're gonna do some sheer fire, like super quick. I've got a whole bunch of Milani and Physicians Formula and Essence and Wet n Wild. We're gonna go through them super, super quick. First, I have the Milani Purple Gold. Some of these are pretty, some of them are flaky as hell. Gilded Gold, I like this one better. Again, like their formula is really nice. Their mattes are super thin. Make sure you put a white base down. I don't think I should have got this. I haven't really used it that much. It's the Salt and Pepper. This one is the Very Necessary palette. It's nice and everything, but like, what are you supposed to do with this palette? Tell me what you're supposed to do with this palette. The mattes are all over the place. This one is really pretty. This is the Milani Gilded Noir. Lots of really like jewelry tones in there. Again, like not enough mattes, so definitely have to bring some mattes in when you do looks with that. This is the Physicians Formula. Gosh, the Physicians Formula Gold Vault. This is the most beautiful eyeshadow ever, and it's so sad because a lot of them I'm just not like super keen on. There are no mattes. All of these are satins. What a drugstore thing to do. Like, what a drugstore thing to do is put no mattes in a palette in 2020. All right, this one I'm pretty sure was like right at the end of the year, but one of the best Essence eyeshadow palettes I've ever used was their holiday palette they did called Express Delivery from the North Pole, and it was shaped like an envelope. And it was kind of built off of what I think is the Huda Beauty palettes, or palette, the New Nudes palette. I even like did comparisons, and there are a lot of comparisons to this palette, but this has been their best formula by far. Their mattes were beautiful. The shimmers were great. I was really like, bam. I was really happy with that. Okay, guys. Oh my God, we've got like 6 palettes left. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Like, I did not realize this was going to be that long. Okay, NYX Ultimate. This is the Ultimate Utopia palette. Literally so nice. Such a cool color story. And I liked these NYX shadows. Like, and you know what? I'm starting to, look at how pretty that one is. I'm starting to like not be crazy about their price. I know it's going to be expensive, and I know it's going to be not as quite as good as the high end, which is like weird. Again, this is new as well. This is the Essence My Melody. We went to Niagara Falls during kind of like coronavirus times, and I ended up picking this up on the way back. It's pretty. So, ooh, like this shimmer is really nice here. That one's really pretty. It's pretty. There are a lot of soft mattes in here. I will put it that way. You're getting really soft looks out of this. Like, I don't know why they have this like dark purple color in here, because there is nothing that will like fit with that. Anyway, a palette I really didn't particularly love this year is the Naked Ultraviolet. It's not that these shades aren't pretty. It's just that there are too many shimmers. Why are there not so many shimmers? I'm going to like depot this. Like, this is just so many shimmers. I didn't understand why they did this. Like, and their formula is kind of like bleh. I don't know. I wasn't like, this is not an impressive palette this year. This is like one of the worst ones actually. All right, then we have the Pride Metallic palette. You know what? I was kind of disappointed that they didn't do better, because Wet n Wild has done better shimmers in the past, and like, if you were gonna do an all shimmer palette, you figure you would throw in some really amazing ones. And then I also found that some of these shimmers like literally got hard pan in like 2.2 seconds. So I wasn't like, I'm not a big fan of this palette, to be perfectly honest. Huda Beauty Retrograde. I also picked this one up in 2020 on a sale. There's a couple shades that I haven't even really used out of this palette because I didn't do a review. It wasn't a new product at the time. Still very pretty. Like, some of these shades are by far the most beautiful I have ever seen, ever. I love Huda Beauty palettes. That's a weakness of mine. Okay, we're down to 2 last palettes. So I'm pretty sure I bought this late 2019, early 2020. I kind of regret it now after everything that's happened. This is the Jawbreaker palette. His eyeshadow palettes are beautiful. They're great. They're wonderful. His formula is great, but I just don't love him. So anyway, Morphe Jaclyn Hill. Again, this is so beautiful. And I'm like, I need to dig into this more. Like, I can't believe I just like used this and then let it sleep. Look at some of those reds there. Like, they're so freaking pretty. I remember having a good time with this palette. I remember liking this palette, so I want to use it some more. Holy jeez, guys, there's so many freaking palettes. Oh my god, I bought a shit ton of palettes in 2020. Pandemic or not, I bought a shit ton of palettes. I bought a shit ton of makeup, period. Like, I wanted to do this for every category, and then as I was going through, I was like, girl, you're freaking insane. No, you're not doing this. So I'm not doing it anymore. All right, guys, I love you guys so, so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I am going to make an insane thumbnail with all these palettes and try not to break them now. And then I'm going to go and try and put them away. All right. I love you guys so, so much, and I hope you had a wonderful time in my little area. And like, now I gotta wash my fingers so much because there's so much on here. Yeah. Mwah. Bye guys. Have a good day. Bye.